Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Broadway Jets YouTube channel. You'll know me from Twitter as NYJ Mike. I'm joined as always by the master of receipts, NYJ Matt. And Matt, the Jets fall to 0-7. They lose 13-6 to the Carolina Panthers. Similar game to last week, and a complete reversal of the beginning of the season where the offense was moving the ball and the defense could not get a stop. Now the defense gets a million stops. The offense can't move the ball. Justin Fields is benched in the second half, and it's been quite the tough start for the Aaron Glenn era of the New York Jets.
It was brutal, Mike. I was at the game today. I know, unfortunately, you couldn't make it. You were coming home from a well-deserved vacation. I don't want to come in here and rant and sky's falling and say F that, F this, but it feels minor league. It feels AAA. It just feels junior varsity. This team that you put on the field, and, well, the defense was fine today. Did I love that they only had 2 sacks and that we didn't have another turnover forced? Don't love it, but you got stops and you gave up 13 points. Carolina had 5 sacks in the entire season going into today, and they forced 6. So they had more sacks today than they did all year. You have a quarterback in Justin Fields that has 15 net passing yards in the last game and a half. 6 quarters, you have net 15 passing yards. It feels JV, and the offense definitely feels like that. And honestly, Mike, Aaron Glenn feels like that. The entire coaching staff feels like they're not good enough. And I could give a pass for one-time errors, but Mike, you cannot, again, on 3rd and 2, trying to get a huge score in that game, get sacked. Like, you could run it upfield when you're in plus territory. You cannot not throw a Hail Mary when you have a timeout from midfield.
I don't understand. It's a 55-yard pass. They're on like the 45-yard line. You have to throw a Hail Mary. What is the reason not to do it? And after last week, you said that you were going to do it if you could redo it, that you would throw the Hail Mary, and then you don't throw it again. It's frustrating.
Yeah. And I watched him we were sitting in different seats, so I could see the Jets sideline pretty well. And after the sack happens, there's like 8 seconds left. And I look right at Aaron Glenn. And the ref is looking at him, like trying to be like, all right, when are you going to call your timeout? And I watch Aaron Glenn go. And I'm like, oh, is he trying to call a timeout? He puts his hand down and walks off the field. And rightfully so, the press conference after they asked him about it. And he said, we just got sacked twice. We wanted to get off the field and go to the locker room. Not good enough. And I get you could get sacked in a fumble. And if a horrific thing happens, like the Black Friday game against the Dolphins, the likelihood of that happening is way less than having a catch or a pass interference. And we've seen that happen when Aaron Rodgers threw the Hail Mary against Buffalo.
You have to throw the Hail Mary. It's not arguable. He had 2 good challenges, I thought, Glenn, in the second, or both challenges I liked at the time. I don't know if they were both in the second half. I'm trying to think, but man, Matt, the offense is just nothing. And Fields, and you mentioned the sacks. The offensive line played rough.
Your microphone went crazy. What
about now?
Try again.
Yo.
I don't even know if it's plugged in anymore. Mike will be back in a minute. This is raw live right after the game. Are you back? You're no volume at all coming through. Now you're on mute.
How about now?
Back.
Jesus Christ.
4th down. Panthers went for it 4 times on 4th down. They were 3 for 4. 3rd down, a Jets defense, 5 for 17. Very good game. Do I want them to force more turnovers? Yes. Do I want, like, Jermaine Johnson to decapitate someone every once in a while? I do.
I will say, Jermaine, I was trying to think what the difference in the last couple games versus the beginning of the season Jermaine's been playing, which has made a huge difference. Quinnen was really good today.
I can't even tell being in the stadium.
Quinnen
how
was
good he looked.
awesome. Like watching on TV, he was in the backfield every play. He made a couple nice solo tackles. Uh, the Briggs had a sack. Sherwood had a beautiful sack. He murdered. I don't know how Andy Dalton did not fumble the football, but
Dude, Quinnen 8
defense,
tackles as as an interior defensive lineman is a very
it
good
was
game.
all over the place. And Matt, the offensive line. I know you mentioned the sacks before. I think they played pretty well. There were a few plays where the Fields or Tyrod had the ball in their hands for like 7 or 8 seconds, not even resulting in sacks necessarily, but there were a couple play action where there was some time to throw, and also and we do have to mention this is probably one of the worst receiving cores of all time that you're throwing to. Nobody can get any separation. Your two outside receivers in this game, Alan Lazard and Josh Reynolds, are just not fast enough to beat these guys. And the one of the most frustrating things is this is your intended receiving core minus one guy.
Yeah.
So it's not good enough.
Yeah, and there was also the back-to-back plays where Lazard, I mean, the trick play, Mike, in the stadium, he's open by 8 to 10 yards, and
Two
it's
terrible throws, Matt, back to back.
thrown late, underthrown, both of them.
The second one was not even a horrific throw. It was a really nice play by Horn, but
Definitely.
it should have been a touchdown. He threw it late. The Lazard, Matt, you said it, completely wide open. And Lazard had kind of a chance to come back to the ball and make a play, didn't do it. Arian Smith had a ball that it looked like he had a chance to make a play as well. The Panthers corner, I think it was Mike Jackson, made a nice play.
Yeah.
But if you're Arian Smith, you also could just kind of, for lack of it, you go moss him, like make a touchdown catch, make a crazy catch. I don't know.
He had cardio. Like, he ran a 5K. I kept watching him because I bet 30 to win 310. Arian Smith over 55 yards and just waiting for him to get that moment. Forgot to bring it up.
Should have taken Tyler Johnson.
We got a subscriber count. If you got a minute, hit subscribe. Mike, I'm losing confidence because I look at the NFL, and if you told me before the year that the Jets and Carolina, one of them were going to be 0-7, the other would be 4-3, I can't believe that these teams across the NFL, like the Falcons, are competitive and beat the Bills at home. It feels like we are so far away. And I really hate to do like there's a couple of close games. Pittsburgh, the team played great. Miami, you were gifted a few things and you gave gifts away. And I don't even care because Miami's terrible. And then the Buccaneers game, without a hero play, you're probably not in that game either way. So I just feel like we're so far behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, but you also could have won. You could have won last week too. Garrett Wilson, if you make a 9-yard out route, normal completion, you kick a field goal, you can win that game.
It just feels like they're far away, though, Mike.
I don't think they're. I agree. It does not feel right. It doesn't feel like this is going to be at all a good football team. But I don't think they're 0-7. It just. But they should. If they're 2-5, we still would be unhappy and upset. So it's not. But 0-7 is just.
But, dude, the thing at the end of the half here is way worse than I think last week. Because last week, I don't think you had a timeout. And you're kind of like in no man's land. You're trying to figure it out. You had a timeout today. I can give so many passes to head coaches on in-game mistakes that happen. I understand he's a first-time head coach. You have a guy that you hire who's telling you what to do at every moment, timeout, when to go for it, when to not. If I have a coach and I'm like, it's the meme that you always post with SpongeBob. Like, is this your name? The license. Like, yes. Yeah. If a coach can't do that in the most fundamental aspect of you throw a Hail Mary, obviously, back-to-back weeks when you fuck it up. And again, another back-to-back weeks where if you run the ball in a normal situation, you probably like have a chance to win the game. In Denver on 1st and 10, when you don't run the ball there and take a sack, you've ruined the game there. And today it's 3rd and 2. You're driving in plus territory. You get dropped back, and that was the one that the offensive line got buried on because he got sacked immediately. You throw the ball there. I mean, Mike, we have to, like, it can't be like this, can it?
I don't know.
You're going to trust this guy, and we're going to give Aaron Glenn time. But if you're 2-15, I don't care. Like, I can't trust you to pick a quarterback 1 overall. If anybody frees up that I think gives us a 1% better chance of winning, I'm saying fuck it, because you can't make that elementary mistake in back-to-back games. It can't
I
happen.
get it, and that's there are specific reasons to be frustrated. So we are. Um, yeah, I mean, but that's the thing too. Where like if you just could flip a couple of those games, and obviously coaching has a lot to do with it, but if you could flip a couple of those games, it doesn't feel like the world is quite as on fire, and then you could kind of build that foundation that Glenn has been talking about, because it does have to happen. You know, you inherit whatever is there and try to win games in the NFL, but it should be better than this.
They need a win in the worst way. Even if they win the game today, you feel a little gross still, where you got the monkey off your back. But like, can you be? Are you competitive? You're playing Carolina at home. You are home. You have to win a home game. You're not playing the Bills at home. You're playing Carolina. Like, give me a win. And
Yeah,
what also, I need to make a point here, because a gentleman on Twitter tweeted at me and said, "Hey, if you're rooting for a win here, you're lost." And in my opinion, I think one of the least sensitive people ever on Twitter, and I don't really care about that, because I reply back to him, I disagree. And if you want the Jets to go 0-17, I'm not going to tell you to be a fan. I'm not going to care. But here's where I want to make a point, where if you're listening and you want them to go 0-17, your prerogative. You do what you want. My take is you don't want to be the worst team in NFL history.
right.
And I can point in the past 15 years where the Jets won a meaningless game at the end of the year, and they could have taken someone who didn't turn out better than the guy they took. And I'll say, when we get to December, if they're in week 15 and there's a chance to pick 1 overall and get a quarterback and they have a couple wins on the board, I don't give a fuck if they win. I might even root for a competitive loss. I've done that before. I'm not going to want the Jets to lose a game in the middle of October when clearly this team needs a win. Because if you are 0-17, what that means is you don't just get a higher draft pick. It means that all the guys that you have on your team aren't good. And that's bad. Like, that means Garrett didn't play well. That means Brees didn't play well. It means your offensive line is terrible. If all those things happen, you go 0-17, you are so much further than you think. And then you always bring it up, Mike, the chemistry, the team, the vibe. Everyone's going to want out, and everyone's going to feel dead if you go 0-17. So as much as you might think, oh, if we get Mendoza instead of Moore or Ty Simpson, it's not always that clear cut.
And it's worth it. Yeah, it's worth having an 11 game losing streak like from here on out. Like it's just not. It doesn't make sense. And yeah, you got to have the guys win some football games, Matt. It just
You're
has to
far
happen.
away. You're
You
far
can't-
away.
Yeah, because and there even is the point too. Like, all right, if you go 0-17 and you make a couple of improvements in the offseason, like you're gonna have a 10 win improvement the next year and go 10-7 and make the playoffs. Probably not. So got to try to figure out a way to start learning how to win games. It's been a long time with this core. It's been a lot of different quarterbacks. What do you think they do with Fields next week? Is he going to start?
I think hearing Glenn, he's going to start Tyrod Taylor. Hearing Glenn.
I didn't hear his conference, and I was going to say, Matt, if Tyrod Taylor came out and went 12 for 17 with 2 touchdowns and the Jets won, like he probably would definitely start. But this is an interesting one.
What did he go? 6 for 12 with 2 picks? I didn't even look.
No, that's Fields. Tyrod was 10 for 22 with 126 yards and two picks. He went all right. He actually moved the ball.
You got a first down, what the Jets did on the first play of the game. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's a weird like 27-23 win. They're like, I can't tell you how many times I've sat in the stadium, because like we made a joke about the Saints game in 2021 where like you go into the game and you don't cheer one time. And that was always staged for like once every other year. You can make that joke. It's happened like 2.5 times this year, like the Bills game, this game, and basically the Cowboys game.
Yep.
I mean, Mike, I don't think they've scored a touchdown in the first 3 quarters since week 1. I could be dead wrong about that, but that's impossible, man.
I was trying to think of what the last touchdown we have is.
Cowboys game in the fourth quarter to Ruckert, maybe? Is that Ruckert got the Bills game?
Let's see.
Obviously, Miami had a couple, but the Cowboys game, they had to have had one.
Yeah.
No?
I think it was the Cowboy game. I don't know. I opened up some crazy ad started playing. My computer's going to shit. Man. Everything is awful.
I just...
How are we 0-7? This is insane, Matt.
I mean, the cool thing, though, that you have to look forward to is that they're going to draft a quarterback. which does reset your fandom to be like, oh, I have hope. Like there's hopium here that they
It's
can become
time for
great.
the new quarterback. Yes.
And every quarterback that's potential that you're going to draft. So right now, if it's Mendoza, Simpson, Moore, there is a very high chance that Indiana is in the playoff. It'd be shocking if Indiana wasn't. Oregon's probably going to be in the playoff with Moore. And Bama can very well, they have some. Their schedule doesn't guarantee them a playoff spot, but then you get to watch these three guys play in a high pressured, unbelievable environment against a great team, potentially on the road for a couple of them. So that will be fun to watch. Mendoza looks the best right now. Simpson's been fine. And then you had guys like Garrett Nussmeier, Sellers, Klubnik. If the Jets draft Klubnik, I'll spin zone anybody they draft. You can't draft Klubnik, but a lot of guys have regressed. I think Nussmeier played well this weekend, getting murdered every play. But you get a guy like Mendoza in here, you just feel that hopium of, okay, maybe he can be the next top 12 guy. And you can at least root for that and be invested. Like if the Jets had a rookie quarterback today, Mike, we're still locked in the fourth quarter against the Bills week 2. Like we're still locked into that game because you're rooting for that guy to be good. Who cares about Justin Fields right now? He's playing like the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. It's just he doesn't get the ball quick. Everything is it looks like it's conceived and staring at the receiver and not really doing much with the legs either. But yeah, it's exciting. It'll be fun to almost inevitably have a young quarterback in here. The last time we did it with Zach Wilson, it wasn't the right time. Didn't feel like the right time. You already had a young guy in here. So that wasn't as exciting as it should have been. Like it was when the Jets took Sam in 2018. So, man, Matt.
So some breaking news. Jet Press tweeted out, Breece Hall soft benching a few weeks away from the trade deadline. It's over, folks. They put Breece in for one play and he instantly got blown up in pass pro. Breece said, came back the next drive and took a hit off my quarterback. Win some, lose some. Still the next play, nobody perfect. Good response by Breece.
Breece also got hurt in the game, obviously. So, and they haven't used Breece as the strict third down running back that much anyway, even though he profiles as the best pass catcher. But they obviously like to use him on first and second. I don't know, man. I hope they don't trade Breece. Then the offense is even worse. Then it's all right. So Garrett's out. Who the hell? It's like the worst collection of offensive skill guys ever. They have to throw every pass to Mason Taylor.
There's another moment where right after it looked like Fields had a concussion, when they got the ball back, they ran 2 design plays for Fields after like not doing it for weeks.
Yeah.
It's like classic.
I always like the one in the Jets Raiders a couple years ago where Garrett Wilson hurt his right elbow like very clearly, and then the Jets ran a double pass for him with Nathaniel Hackett, and he just like couldn't throw it. It would have been a touchdown.
So, Mike, you brought up before if you go 1-16 or 0-17, do you just turn it around and win 10 games? And the one thing I always come back to, and it genuinely makes me upset, and I just think about it all the time. Like I'll be driving in April on like a random road to go flower picking, which is boring, and I'll just think about this stat where in 2022, the first overall pick was the Jaguars. Second was the Lions. Third was the Texans. The Jets picked 4th and picked Sauce. And 5th was the Giants who took Thibodeau. So I went like Trayvon Walker, Hutchinson, Stingley, Sauce, and Thibodeau. All 4 of those teams, not named the Jets, not only went to the playoffs within 2 years, but won a playoff game. Wow. That is the part where it's like I almost want to like vomit all over my computer right now. Like all 4 of those teams, the Lions, the Jaguars, the Giants, the Texans, they've all, not only in 2 years it took them, went to the playoffs, won a playoff game.
It's fucked up.
And we can't. And we can't. Like why? And out of all those teams, we had a Hall of Fame quarterback supposed to be for 2 years. Fuck, man.
Well, that's the thing too, people, because I got annoyed and I was tweeting a little bit about Aaron Rodgers and comparing his stats from the end of last year to this year. And people are like, "What are the Jets going to be like 3-3 right now with him?" And I'm like, "Can you? I would do anything to be 3-3. Then we would have a whole season. It'd be so fun. We'd be in the hunt. This would have been a massive game. The stadium would have been rocking."
I drove with our buddy John, who's a Panthers fan. I'm like,
Yeah,
getting off the turnpike. I'm like, you're 4-3. Like, you get to enjoy fall football. Good for you.
it's
And
huge.
what's crazy is we're gonna get to a point in 2 or 3 weeks where we're gonna be eliminated. Like everyone's gonna clown it. Oh, the Jets are eliminated from the playoffs in week 11. Are we
It's gonna
kidding?
be it's gonna be early. Yeah,
I
sad.
also
But Matt,
had
until
a
they have
weird
8 losses, I can't give I can't give up.
I had a weird thought today. I want to get your take on it. I want to ask Connor about it too. So Robert Saleh gets hired and he comes in and you're doing anything to be a head coach, right? You'll listen, you'll say yes to whatever to be a head coach, get your foot in the door. Joe Douglas is like, we're taking Zach Wilson. I love him. I'm obsessed with him. We're taking Zach Wilson. So Robert Saleh doesn't really have a say in Zach Wilson. And 2021 he's horrible. 2022, Robert Saleh puts a great defense together, and you're 7-4, and things are going well, but you have the worst quarterback imaginable. Then, as a head coach, in your third year, you get a Hall of Fame quarterback who we all know what happens, tears his Achilles. Then you get to still have a decent defense. You're 7-10. You come back the next year, and you're 2-3, and you get fired. And your 3 losses are prime time against a very good team on the road in the 49ers. You lose a hurricane game to Denver, and you have to go to London. You lose a weird game where Rodgers didn't play well.
Yeah,
I don't love Robert Saleh for a lot of reasons, but like that path as a head coach for 4 years, I was thinking about today, like, damn, what if he didn't want Zach Wilson? He just had to do it to be the head coach. And then he didn't get Aaron Rodgers for a year and then had him for only 5 games. You lose 3 like really weird games. That's a rough go. And I feel bad for Robert Saleh. I felt bad for him when I woke up this morning.
it's tough, and it ended up being the wrong move no matter what because it couldn't have been worse than what had ended up transpiring. What a shame, Matt, to be at this point.
Another note is the sideline. Like when the Jets, even when the Jets are in 2017, 2018, like really weird years, every third and fourth down, when the game is in reach, players with towels on the sideline, the coaching staff with towels. The Panthers were doing it all game. Like blue towels, the coaching staff, like everyone hyped up. Mike, it's 3rd and 2, and no one is moving on the Jet sideline. Like dead, lifeless. I'm like looking at like who is going to get hyped up. The Jets get a stop. Sidelines pumped up. 4th and 1. No one waving towels. No one showing energy. No one hyped up. 4th and 1. Panthers immediately get it. Like they look dead. And if you're Aaron Glenn and you do this rah-rah bullshit and everything, it is going to be like in one ear, out the other when you're 0-7. And you have veterans that are going to start not wanting to get hurt and lay it out there. Rookies usually play better towards the end of the year because they're more accustomed to the NFL and that they're fighting to be a good player. The veterans are going to check out, man. And if they haven't already, the one guy I really do like is Harrison Phillips and Juwan Briggs, those 2 guys up front, because there was a false start. And Harrison Phillips did like
he did a cool thing, like a move.
It was great. I loved it. And Juwan Briggs got a sack today and knocked out Bryce Young, which in another game is meaningful when you throw a backup in there. And Andy Dalton came in and moved the ball down the field a couple times and iced it.
Yeah, but the defense really was good. Sauce was really good today when he was not out.
I listened to Brandon Tierney because on the way home, No Francesa pod dropped. And Brandon Tierney, if somehow you get this clip, happy to connect. You're always welcome to the show. Brandon Tierney had a video today post game, had a million analogies about like why you can be upset but not mad. What you expect. Kind of laughed a couple times, kind of didn't. He came at Sauce Gardner for this game and was like, look at how J.C. Horn played. Brandon, Sauce Gardner gave up like 1 catch for 8 yards like he does every game. And I won't hate, like, can he put himself in position to make more picks? Okay, maybe. But he gets targeted 1 time per half. It's kind of hard to pick off a ball when you're targeted 1 time per half. So maybe out of the 53 players, maybe he's the 51st one you need to talk about. I know he's making the most money, but man, he's pretty fucking good. And Ted McMillan did nothing today when he was covering him.
Yeah, dude, you can't. I mean, you're the number 1 corner. Your team lets up 13 points, and you play lockdown defense. Had a couple third down pass deflections. He was awesome. Like, he was great. So, I don't know. The whole defense felt really good today. They were moving around. They got a bunch of stops, some key sacks. It's really been really good the last 2 weeks.
I lost a few bad bets today on that game. I had
Josh
Bryce
Reynolds.
Young to throw a pick, put $100 on it, and I thought Brandon Stevens had that one.
Oh, the one, yeah, he like drifted backwards.
And then I also took
Pretty
a
well too.
4-leg touchdown parlay with Judkins, Scadaboo, another guy
Scatterboo
that
just
scored,
scored.
and Saquon was the only one that didn't hit. That was
Damn,
lame.
sports betting is
Bad day,
bad.
horrible day. We'll do another podcast during the week, Mike.
Yeah.
But nothing to be happy about.
No, I mean some of
There's
the young players on defense look pretty good. Az Thomas got beat to lose the game.
did he? I didn't. I
That
left
was,
with a minute to go.
oh yeah, there was basically 3rd and like 5 to ice the game for the Panthers, up 7, needing a first down,
Oh,
and the
mhm.
get just ran right by Az Thomas to end the game. But O line, I don't know. John Simpson got benched for a play for having a personal foul penalty.
He said after the game that the defender put his thumb in Simpson's neck and was doing this. And he goes, "It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen." And he goes, "I got pissed and like tackled him."
Damn, I like John Simpson. I think John
Good.
Simpson. There was the play that Fields got smoked. I think it was John Simpson who kind of
You did.
enforced, which we like.
Good. You should. You should have punched him more.
Yeah.
I also like, and I really believe this is true, is I don't think I'm going to another home game this year. It's easier for you. You're a little bit closer in the city. For me to drive, it's a 9 to 5 work day. I mean, today I left at 9. I got home at 5:45.
It's a lot, but it's fun. We get to hang out. It's one of the easier times that we see our buddies and hang out in the parking lot, have some food, have some drinks. I'm still going to definitely go to a couple more games
If they
for
have a
that
young
reason.
quarterback, though, it is different. Like,
No, I
again,
get it.
who am I rooting for on this team right now, which is the tough part. Like, the next is, you have the Browns at home. Then the next game is November 30th.
Wow.
Like, it's starting to get cold. You get the Falcons, you get Miami.
Listen, I'm not going to be so excited to wake up and be like, wow, I cannot wait to go to the Jet game, but I'm definitely going to go to a couple more, hang out with our squad, have a few drinks, eat some food, watch the game. I'm not going to go to all the rest of every single game, especially if it's horrific weather, but
I like
I'll
reading
be at the
these
Browns
live
game.
tweets that happen during the No, you should go to games. I like reading the live tweets that happen. I actually agree with this Connor Hughes take. The Jets never seem to be at a tactical advantage against their opponent. If they're not more talented, they don't have a shot. They've been out-schemed far too often, especially while they're on offense. I actually think the Jets were like, we can throw the ball today, and they ran 20 times, I think, for 80 yards and ran 4 yards per carry. But I don't mind them saying we could maybe air it out a little bit, but it's weird. It's like everything they do ends up being the wrong thing. Like the right thing probably would have been to run the ball more today. The 4th and 5 early in the game, Aaron Glenn said, I loved our 4th down game plan. You ran a 4th and 5 slant that your quarterback threw it
even close.
90 yards. Like that is your love. If you love your 4th down scheme, if it's a 4th and 2 play that you fucking love, where you can get the quarterback moving, maybe a trick play, okay. At that point, you probably want to take the points when you're 0 and like I get wanting to go for it, but
No,
maybe
exactly. But it's 4th and 5, and your best receivers out. Your other receivers haven't been able to beat man. They have a great corner. You figure they're going to play press man, and you run a slant. Yeah, like I don't know what the love is there, but again, I agree with you. 4th and 2, 4th and 3, they want to go for it wherever around the middle of the field. I totally get it. That's football now. Teams like to do it. I won't knock them. I would have kicked that one also, but frustrating. There was a lot of runs up the middle early in the game. Then obviously they had to throw. Fields looks completely lost.
he's way worse than I thought, and I'll own it. I think he'd be top 12 quarterback. No, I didn't think he was gonna be the 32nd quarterback.
Especially not after week 1 and week 3. He was pretty good, but it doesn't feel right. And you just don't have the ability to throw normal passes, Matt. You get to like 3rd and 7, you have literally no chance. I wonder what the Jets' conversion rate on 3rd and 8 pluses with Fields this year. That'd be an interesting stat because Tyrod had a couple nice plays on third down today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably start next week, meaning Tyrod.
I got a quote tweet Brand Tierney tweeted out.
Brendan Tierney sucks. He's an idiot. He just gets paid to say stupid shit. It's a crazy job. It really is. What did he tweet?
Sauce Gardner needs to study Horn's tape twice as good.
This is such a dumb take. What does that even mean? Twice as good. JC Horn is 2 times better than Sauce. Crazy. What are you tweeting? You look angry.
I'd say it's hard to intercept the ball today when he's targeted once per half. The Sauce hate has hit extreme levels of delusion.
It's just like, what if you watch the offense just can't move the ball, and then you go on Twitter and just attack a guy who played a terrific game. I don't get it. Maybe he'll answer like Dan Orlovsky answered you.
Crazy.
At work.
What happened?
You were just.
I'm at work. I'm at work, and I do have a tweet that will go out tonight. That a great Woody Johnson moment is that I'll say it here, but I'll tweet it out because no one's gonna make it this far. If you did make it this far, we'll follow you back. Subscribe. We love you. Is that Woody Johnson had food trucks for every Friday for Jet games, and he cut costs and was like, "We're not doing food trucks anymore on Friday." And Aaron Rodgers was like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna pay for it out of my own pocket." And Woody Johnson freaked out and was like, "I'm the owner." And I still am trying to figure out if they allowed them after, but just goes to show like Woody Johnson in his brain hated Robert Saleh, and at a point mid-year hated Aaron Rodgers. And when you hate someone, you tend to do things that are irrational that you want to just you're the in charge and you're gonna say fuck them. And he fired Saleh, and he obviously didn't like Aaron Rodgers because there was rumors that he wanted to bench him, but he never got 500 touchdowns. That's crazy, man.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, it sucks because we sometimes rationalize some of the Woody stuff where, for example, 2024, we liked most of the moves, if not all the moves that the Jets made that offseason. And there were some, getting some big names in here with Rodgers, stuff that Woody was supposedly behind. So we're not going to bash Woody about stuff that we agree with. After the fact, seems disingenuous. But then we hear stories like this, and it's like, can you just like do normal shit? Like, why do you have to get rid of food carts? Like, just come on,
man.
It's so easy not to do that.
I feel like I got sunburnt today, Mike.
Yeah,
feel red.
It was a nice day out in New York City, and New Jersey, the New Jersey Jets. I feel defeated, Matt. 0-7.
You have Joe Flacco on the road. Like, did they win that game?
I don't know. You feel like you could have won all these games going into the season. What do you have now? 5 one-score losses also, which is
bothers
improbable. Yeah, what do we? It's real quick. Sorry, I think we're 0-11 in our last one-score games, 6 or less.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I think it's a real thing. 6 points or less.
Would it surprise you? Special teams and defense played great last 2 games. Would it surprise you is if we go to Cincinnati and the offense puts up 24 points, pretty good, and we have a special teams gaff and the defense gives up 34? Like, would that surprise you?
No, they have played the opposite of complimentary football this whole season. The opposite.
Yep.
All
right. I'm going to go eat. I'll try to get posted. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you guys for watching. We're never going to leave. Like, we will always be on Twitter, and we will always do a video, even if 5 people are watching, because we appreciate the 5 people that do.
That's right.
And I know this gets more than 5 people, but we love you guys. Thank you.
Dude, it'll get better. It can't. This is actually the worst. So from this moment, it will get better unless I lose a few more in a row. then that will be the worst.
Yeah.
But
All right,
then
buddy.
after that,
It could get worse. Like, what if like our favorite franchise quarterback in the past 20 years like got arrested? Like, what if it was that bad? Like, imagine that happened.
and one of our other two favorite quarterbacks are playing well elsewhere.
Yeah,
That would suck.
be crazy if that would be rock bottom. Or like, yeah,
Or then you hire a very well liked former player as the coach.
that would be
All time
definitely
head
rock
start.
bottom.
Yeah. All right.
I'm trying to think of another one.
We got a Hall of Fame quarterback and he tears his Achilles.
And then you trade the receiver because you don't have any receivers in your team. You get rid of
Yeah.
one. You release one. He has 3 touchdowns in London. Like that would be rock bottom.
That would suck.
That
Wow.
would be really bad.
Your new number one receiver has 2 catches for 16 yards.
It's like you're driving home from the game where nothing good happened, and you're 0-4 at home, and you went to all those games, and you miss your exit again, and you drive to Newark Airport and sit in traffic, and you delay yourself a half hour from getting home. Like that would be rock bottom.
Awful. Can't
That
imagine
would be
it.
awful.
Can't imagine it.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
All right. Let's go, Jets.